Okay, I'll bring it back to you. Oh dear. Okay. Sorry, I have to, this is, I can just talk like that. Thanks, Brad. Yeah. Thanks, it's good. I can't see anybody. Thanks, Brad. Oh, I had something I was going to say, but now I totally forgot it. I think that it had to do, oh, I know what I was going to say. Shan, my hiking buddy back there, said to me one time, we were at a literary event, he said, "You're always coming to my literary events, when am I going to come to one of yours?" So the next day I reached out to Dami, and thank you so much, Dami, and thank you to Tom and all the Dangerous Writers, because they have every single thing to do with my work right now. So this is the novel without very many adverbs, and it's a story about a woman in a sexless marriage, and this is her first road trip alone. This is the beginning of the road trip, and she's just had an anxiety attack. My little Honda hit the gravel shoulder hard, doors and wheels only just hanging on, flashing both blue and red lights in the rear view. I was being pulled over by a state fucking trooper. When we finally stopped, he just sat there in the cruiser, like they do. I wiped my eyes clean in the mirror, fixed the ponytail. Gone were the days when I could just fluff up my blonde hair, pinch a little color into my cheeks, and drive away with a new phone number. It was fitting, really. Soccer mom in sexless marriage seeking anonymous sex at Burning Man. Starts trip with nervous breakdown followed by first speeding ticket. Served me right, abandoning my family like that. Part of me was mad at Kevin, my husband, for giving me a free pass to begin with. He could have said no. When the trooper finally got out of the cruiser, he didn't have a big belly or a walrus mustache like a lot of the Northwest sheriffs did. He was fit. Blue, wide-rimmed trooper hat, crisp blue uniform to match. Out my open window, the crunch of gravel underfoot. The shape of him bigger and bigger in my side mirror. Tall, early 40s. It made me wish I had a breath mint. He put a hand on my roof. Pale blue eyes, cropped black hair under the wide hat, clean cut, all-American, his voice soft like a dad. "Everything all right here?" he said. I kept my hands on the wheel, the way you're supposed to. That way nobody thinks you're reaching for a weapon. Was I speeding, officer? He shifted his weight, the creak of leather from his belt and his holster. Actually, you were under the speed limit, ma'am, he said. Can I get a ticket for going too slow? I said. It was a legit question, but he squinted one eye at me, and the side of his mouth went up in a half smile, straight white teeth. I pulled you over because you were weaving, he said. Back then, I believed everyone, including the cop, could see how pathetic I was, that I hadn't been laid in 3 years. I imagined these people, including the cop, sympathizing with my husband and thinking to themselves, I wouldn't fuck you either, lady. My cheeks went hot. I wanted the whole thing to be over so I could crawl back to Kevin and the kids where I belonged. The trooper, casual out my window, finger in a belt loop. Where are you headed, he said. Nevada. My husband is with the kids. I'll be gone only a week. I don't know why I said that. I was prone to oversharing. But maybe I wanted him to think I was normal. And then all the shit in the glove compartment came spilling out at once. Baby wipes, fruit snacks, tampons. By the time I put the right papers in order, my hands were shaking. I handed the stack of papers to him. His long fingers took hold of one corner, my shaky fingers at the other. And those papers made a little bridge between us. And for just 1 second, we were connected. I couldn't remember the last time I looked into a man's eyes. Mountain air warm with morning sun, fir trees and birdsong all around, no kids screaming in the background. Something about the crisp blue uniform, the leather belt, his sideburns, all the things that made him strong and safe, how tall he was standing there outside my window. I let the papers slip out of my fingers and watched him walk away in the side mirror, the scent of forest in my lungs. He probably had a couple of kids at home, a pretty wife, petite, fit, flexible. They probably did it a minimum of 5 nights a week. Maybe they used his handcuffs. He was tall enough and muscly enough to toss her around easy. I imagined what his cock looked like. Long, like his fingers. Probably could stay hard for hours and hours, and well, he said, and Jesus fuck, I didn't even see him come back. I jumped so high the backs of both my hands flew up and hit the ceiling. Sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to startle you, he said. I'm going to let you get off with a warning this time. I had to push that phrase out of my head, get off. But he was so goddamn good looking, so authoritative. I pictured his hand on the top of my head, the gentle up-down pressure of his palm. Kevin never liked oral sex, probably because I was so bad at it. But I bet this guy could give me a few pointers, and that gave me the sweats right there. I raked my fingers through my hair, retied my ponytail because I needed something to do with my hands, and cupping this guy's balls and taking his cock in my mouth seemed inappropriate. Thank you so much, officer, I said. Thank God there was something sexy about saying officer. You pull over and rest if you get too tired, he said. He told his wife exactly what to do. Bend over now. Yes, I will, officer, I said. And then, just as he was about to leave, he leaned on the roof of the car again and tipped his hat up a little, a straggle of black hair above his sideburns. Hey, he said, you're not heading to that Burning Man, are you? A catch in my breath. I thought to lie, to keep up the charade that I was just an average, everyday mom on an average, everyday road trip. But if it weren't for that trooper, I wouldn't have made it past government camp. I would have turned around at Timberline Lodge with my nervous breakdown tail between my legs. Yes, I am, I said. It's my first time. He smiled with his whole face all the way up to his beautiful eyes. A surge through all my parts, especially the part of me that had been dormant for so long. It's not that I wanted his approval, or that I felt weak or incapable, or that I wanted to be saved. I did feel all those things, but more, it was that I forgot what it felt like to be desired. The trooper raised an eyebrow, and this part had a zoom lens that went straight to his lips, and the tiny bit of tongue that peeked out from behind his white teeth when he spoke. Ma'am, if I were your husband, I wouldn't let you out of my sight. Every hair on my body straight up in goosebumps, every cell awake. He quick-tapped the roof of my car and walked off. The slam of his door, the rev of his engine, 2 honks of the horn, and he was gone. And I sat there with my jaw unhinged through the biggest exhale of my life. I replayed those words over and over and over in my mind. Those were the words that got me out of the woods, up and over Mount Hood, and into the sun of the wide-open Oregon high desert. That last stretch of 26 East, a 2-lane freeway, flat as the eye could see, nothing but blue on the horizon, sun overhead. It made the windows go down. It made the music loud. Thank you.